Hey guys, this is another update video on the Friends Not Food sanctuary scam. If you guys don't know what I'm talking about, you can click one of the videos below, go check that out, and then come back and this will make more sense. If you guys have been following this for the past year or so, then I have a little bit more information to share with you guys. I wasn't planning on doing it yet. I was going to wait a little bit longer until I had some more information from the investigator, but I keep getting threatened with lawsuits and I think it's getting a little bit ridiculous. So here's what I know. I'm not going to get into too much detail because I've already mentioned it in other videos, but in a nutshell, about a year ago, people were scammed out of almost $35,000 through GoFundMe by what we thought was Friends Not Food Animal Sanctuary, which didn't happen to exist, by the way. And they claimed that the Tennessee wildfires destroyed their farm and they needed to rebuild. At the time, there was a lot of red flags going up for me, and I was talking to a friend who was also defrauded from this, and she shared some information, some of the emails back and forth with who we thought was a Jody, we knew as a Jody, and she was just saying random things and not answering any of our questions. So I ended up messaging them on Instagram. I had a few questions for them that just didn't make sense, and I'm just going to read you part of what they wrote back to me. I'm not going to read the top half because it's really irrelevant and there's some names in there, but basically they write back saying that my lawyer, John West, who is also my son. So right there they say that John West is a lawyer and it is their son. So we can infer that if you watched my last update video, that this is either Jody West or John West Sr., who, by the way, do own a farm. It's just not a farm sanctuary. And then I ended up writing to them, giving them the benefit of the doubt, trying to clear the airwaves and say, hey, look, I'll come down there with my video camera. I'll take a video of your farm, all of the damage, and we can start to rebuild as a community. And after I did that, they deleted their account. So I took all the information that I had and I presented it to the Tennessee Secretary of State, and they said they would take over the case. They said they wouldn't contact me again, but I was free to contact them. So I waited and I waited and I waited, and a few months ago I contacted them to see if they had any new information, and they told me that they gave the case over, they handed the case over to local law enforcement. And that's all they said to me. They never wrote to me again, and I didn't know which local law enforcement they gave it to, so I called first the Rouxbe, Tennessee Police Department. They didn't seem to know anything about it. And then I ended up calling the Cumberland County, and they put me in touch with an investigator there who had been handling the case for a while now. I was able to talk to him on the phone and ask him a lot of questions, which I will talk about in just a minute here. Now, in my last video, I mentioned that John West and Jody West, along with their son Trey West, John West Jr., live on this farm, which is not a farm sanctuary. And if these are indeed the people behind this scam, and they did horrible things by doing this to people, by defrauding people of almost $35,000. And I also went on to show some screenshots of some of the things that they said in public forums, which were very poor taste. I understand not everybody is a vegan, but I just found this completely unsettling. And I talk about this in the last video, but basically they were talking about their animals as commodity, as money, joking about their pigs as future bacon, and hunting trips, stuff like that. So I posted that in the video, and obviously they don't like it. So here's what I know. I talked to the investigator, and he told me that he's building the case, that he has one suspect that he's pretty sure he knows what's going on, and he's got the person that's behind this, and he's building a strong case against this person. The thing is we need as many people to come forward as possible. If you were scammed and GoFundMe did not reimburse you, then we need you to come forward, because if we don't have more people with their donations adding up to $1,000, then it's going to be a misdemeanor, which means that the statute of limitations is going to run out very, very, very soon. And If we can get up to $1,000 or more, the statute of limitation goes up to 3 years, and the investigator is getting all that together to present to the DA, so that, you know, once this happens, it'll be public information. He will let me know, you know, the update on it, what's going on with it. But he said he cannot tell me any kind of specifics. But I didn't give up just then. I said, what if I asked you if somebody was involved? Can you tell me if they weren't involved, that they weren't involved? And he said, yeah, I can do that. So I went on to say, okay, Jody West, have you talked to Jody West? And he said, yes, I've talked to Jody West. And I said, is Jody West involved in any way with this scam? And he said, no, Jody West is not involved with this scam. Okay, so Jody West is in the clear. Jody West has nothing to do with the Friends Not Food animal sanctuary scam. I said, John West Sr., have you talked to him? And he said, yes, I've talked to him. I said, does he have anything to do with this scam? And he said, no, he has nothing to do with this scam. Okay, so now John West Sr. and Jody West have nothing to do with the farm animal sanctuary scam. Okay, so then I said, Trey West, John West Jr., did you talk to him? And he said, yes, I talked to him. I said, does he have anything to do with the scam? And he said, I cannot confirm or deny that. So he kept true to his word. He didn't give me any information. He didn't give me any specifics. But at the same time, he gave me everything I needed to know. So I hope that answers a lot of people's questions. And hopefully, he said that hopefully in January, which is right around the corner, that this will all be brought to the DA and subpoenas will be issued and stuff like that, and he'll, you know, let me know what's going on, hopefully. So if you guys were a victim, if you guys were scammed and you didn't get reimbursed, I will leave contact information below. Contact, give them your information, press charges. Let's make sure this never happens again. That's it for this update. I'll do another one when I get more information. I do have one more thought, and that is, vegan or not, take this as a lesson to be more compassionate to others, including our furry and feathery friends, and the choices you make and how it affects others in the world we live in. Make a difference.